it's like, what are we doing here? It's like, we've got one life to live. Are we trying to make a whiz, bam, pop, bang paranormal TV show that's just a bunch of hard cuts and dramatic tones? Or are we trying to inspire people to investigate the unknown? I don't know if there's any better way to feel alive than trying to talk with the dead. We are here connected together as individuals, but as one group, seeking to make peaceful, loving contact. And we ask that you provide us with responses, if you're so gracious. If I can characterize the first day and the first night of the investigation, looking back on it, what is really strange to me is how much music pops up. Even though I'd set the intention for music to be a big part of the investigation as far as a technique that we would use to try to communicate with the paranormal phenomena, I didn't realize how much it was going to make itself heard, so to speak, on that first day. Pronunciations or whatever, so
yeah.
It
Very good.
pronunciations or whatever, so
yeah.
It
Very good.
It just started happening. People were hearing music, and then we start playing music. Music gets played back to us. Music really kicked this whole thing off.
I call this the crossroads of the spirit world. It's like 70-75, the way that the spirits come and go, because you almost never get the same spirits a second time.
Really?
There are the children spirits that are here constantly, but you always get new stuff.
One of these rooms we're going to want to do a CE5 experiment. And we know that's consistently been used for contact with extraterrestrial beings or whatever that energy could be. Have you had any sort of experience with something like that here? A non-human-like intelligence?
Not that I can say for sure. We've picked up some bad spirits, I'll say. I don't want to go the far as saying evil spirits.
Yeah.
They could just been jerks, But, sometimes you just can't tell what kind of spirits they really are.
And my wife had an experience in here. That's why I said we don't rule out malevolent energy. Where the dog is sitting now, the hallway next to it, she was walking into it. In the movies, you see people's hair blow when something comes at them. Well, she had that happened to her, and
She had a gust.
yeah,
Yeah,
a gust,
you could actually see
a gust of energy. Her hair blew out, and she heard a growl. And when she heard that, it freaked her out, and that's why we can't rule out malevolent energy here.
So many experiences I've had here are what I use as a baseline to compare to the rest of the paranormal field, and that's unfair. That's really unfair to compare any location to here, but I can't help that. So Poasttown has been by far the most consistently active location I've ever been to. It's one of those Jesus. Hello?
Hello?
to look behind you. Trouble is here. Something just grabbed my shoulders. And you.
I'm trying to figure out the best way for us to do this without
And it was Cincinnati.
getting a little too congested. Are we going to be in the room or first, or do you just want to go up there and kind of feel it out and see where it leads?
If we kind of fan out, because that's kind of what we typically do, is we kind of just, like in that area, we kind of just fan out and just kind of gather, kind of listen and, usually, and just to be, in most places that we go to, they tell us where to go.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like they're filling the tank of the truck up. Like, is there a fire somewhere where there's no water accessible?
We thought it's easier at night when there's less traffic.
Maybe.
Like in a hurry.
And why do they need 2 fire trucks to come do the?
I do love how Darrell's just kind of sitting there watching.
He doesn't have anything better to do.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's Ernie's dad, and he was just strange. There's too many strange coincidences today that's like,
Today's been pretty bonkers.
it has.
I think, and is that the room that you were talking about that you were thinking we should, or is this one?
These two.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. This is the one that I was talking about, like had the woman's personal belongings that was closed for a very long time.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we'll go in there and see what happens. This is the room I think we wanted to be in, right?
Yeah.
What'd you do over here?
I just found a toy in the special needs room that makes noise. Because I don't know, something about that closet. And like I feel like when I went in there, like I got like shaky on my knees and like I was just real anxious. So that's why I wanted Jaime to walk down around the room before I said anything, so she could see what she was picking up on.
And then when I came in, I felt like there was a child who was anxious, like she was feeling, and they're hiding in there because they're overwhelmed because we're all here.
Okay. So I think this is the lead we were looking for to be in this room, I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's the first time I've ever really got a hit in this room in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's usually just the walking.
Yeah.
All right.
So you never know.
We can play a game tonight if you'd like. Have you ever played hide and seek? The only difference is because we can't see you, but we can hear you. So if you leave the closet and you go tap on something or knock, we'll be able to come find you, but you have to make that noise for us.
As soon as she said tap, I heard a tap on chalkboard.
Which one, behind you or
Right beside me here.
Did you hear that one behind me?
Mm-hmm.
There was one behind me too.
Can you talk to me, Alex?
Yeah.
What, if any, differences are you feeling in there?
Any coldness? Any
A little bit heavier though.
heavy?
Yeah.
Any do you ever feel like spider webs?
No.
That's a big thing, that people think they walk through cobwebs, and a lot of times it's energy.
Are you sitting down now, Alex?
I can't really fit.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know. I heard you moving around. I didn't know if you were sitting. You can come out if you're cramped in there.
Oh, okay, I'm just standing up for a bit though, yeah.
So, Brian?
I felt a spider web around my head.
Oh. Is it real? Open the door, or I'll open. I want to see if I got light.
Okay, so I put my hand over here, and I felt the spider wrap itself around to me, I can tell.
I don't see a web in the light.
Yeah, it was right here.
So show me again what you were doing.
I was just right here,
Yeah.
and I felt like it was a spider that wrapped itself around, like right there, but, obviously it could be a real web,
Oh, I doubt it though. Coming
Right.
out like that?
Yeah.
When Tracey and I
It was literally
just
right
in
above the
there.
toy when I was talking about the toy, so.
Yeah. And I think Tracey probably would have knocked it away when
Yeah.
she was in there.
Yeah, and with the door closed and everything, there's not really a breeze coming in, is there?
No.
Ryan, I'm really getting a sense that somebody doesn't like him in there.
Something what?
Somebody does not like him in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got a real kind of upset, angry feeling coming through.
Hey, Alex, give me a second here.
Yeah.
Something over by you or just something in general?
It's just a feeling that I'm getting that somebody's not happy with us in there talking to him. That's what I'm sensing.
Okay. Should we try?
That I got a child.
Okay.
Should we try to find out you want to?
Step out for a minute. Let's see if
Yeah, let's step out.
it goes away.
Let's follow that thread
Yeah, is there
maybe.
something else though in this room that seems to be going person to person?
I'm just getting waves of it.
Yeah, it feels like it's not, it's like it's talking to you, or it's talking to you, or it seems like it gets right on, and then all of a sudden I'm okay again, and then it.
I'm gonna go in the hallway. I
Okay,
don't know why, but I'm gonna go in the hallway.
okay.
I'm gonna go in the hallway. I
Okay,
don't know why, but I'm gonna go in the hallway.
okay. This feels fucking weird in here.
It is, and I think my chair just moved, like just a slight, there was just a slight bump.
I mean, we could sit here and debate all day about whether that's an orb or a piece of dust or an insect flying around, right? I do believe it's an orb. And the reason I believe that is because as soon as Jaime feels strange and needs to leave the room, this orb appears and just kind of follows her out of the room. So to me, that's compelling. And the reason it's compelling is because the activity really escalates immediately after this happens. I almost feel some agitation.
Yeah, maybe it's time to leave this thing alone.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind clearing out this room and resetting.
Yeah.
Potentially, I mean, it feels almost like activated.
Ryan,
I'm feeling like
Ryan, K2 meter.
that.
Cell phone's off?
Yours should be close enough.
Mine's off.
It was when I went off when I said something's aggravated?
I just turned it on and it got me into that.
Do you want us to leave this room?
I think it's a kid with you now.
I don't either.
I don't feel like the lovey-dovey.
It's not right.
It's not.
You seem to have more connection to this place than.
Yeah, it's something doesn't. Closer we get to that closet, the more I feel like
You
it's.
feel it?
Don't need to go back there.
Yeah.
Can we take that laser light off the closet? So we have the K2 meter to take that out and just start going bonkers. It's still kind of just.
It's gone up to orange, but.
And there shouldn't be any anything.
Let's see how.
Are you a teacher or somebody trying to watch over the children and you're afraid of us or afraid what we'll do?
I get a bad figure.
You getting him watching over the kids?
More like a dominant,
Territorial.
and don't talk.
Big
like,
burly?
Yeah.
like control, and you don't talk to these people kind of thing.
Is he good to the kids or no?
Not what I feel.
However, we do have experience with the male teacher that we've talked about, and he's very territorial, so that would kind of playing with the part.
Why is your flashlight doing that?
More like a dominant.
Territorial.
And he's very territorial, so that would kind of. We've talked about. And he's very territorial, so that would.
Doing what?
It was flashed. It just flashed, yeah.
What was it?
When I said what I said, it flashed.
Wow.
I've got that on camera, I bet.
Did you feel like it was somebody that was already in this room or was coming in when I was in?
It just, when you went in there, I just felt like I started feeling like anger.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like I need to step out of the room real quick. We're looking for layers of strangeness simultaneously happening, right? Which gives credence to each layer actually maybe being something if multiple layers are occurring at the same time. As soon as that happens, the EMF meter goes off. We then get the bookend of a flashlight flickering, which happened earlier in the day. And then this time at night, it was a flashlight that was turned on that starts flickering off. To me, that was very compelling because it was layered evidence, things happening simultaneously that make it compelling. I used to tell people I don't have any paranormal abilities, except for the ability to be friends with everyone who does, which was weird. Some people would say that's, a connector. Another person said, well, that would make you a master of coincidence, which I loved that title, being a master of coincidence, even though I still don't exactly know what it means. But then I had to break free from that thinking. That, I do have intuition. I do have latent psychic abilities. I do have these other powers that I can tap into. And that's where we are today, leaning into that. And because we all have that little doubter inside of us being like, man, this shit ain't real. This shit isn't real, man. I mean, it's fun. You can play around. Aren't you a little too old to be playing around and like pretending this shit's real? It's like, no, this is real. And here we are at 45 years old, hanging out in school late at night with a bunch of my weird friends.
It's almost like that lower third should not say expert anymore when like the cheap TV shows. It's just experienced.
Yes. Yeah.
Seasoned.
Yeah. Veteran of PTSD therapy due to paranormal experience. I should just say.
Like, an expert and keep going, keep changing.
Yeah. I really should. I mean, because at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is something that none of us fully understand and none of us fully know the answer to. The only thing we can do is experience it. And our truth and our knowledge is in the experience itself. So we can only share our experiences so much with people unless they're there to have that experience themselves. And they say seeing is believing. I don't think that's true. I think experiencing is believing.
So what do you think the point is of these investigations, of what you're seeing? What do you think that overall, what is the one thing that sums it up for you?
I mean, I think if there was to be one singular point for this, it wouldn't be, here, we've shown you that ghosts or aliens or Bigfoot are real, right? It would be hopefully to spark some kind of curiosity and excitement in the viewer to want to go have their own experience with it, because I think experiencing is believing. Like, it doesn't matter. It could be the best video you've ever seen of a ghost, and there will be people out there who say, well, we think it was photoshopped or CGI. It doesn't matter if it wasn't, right? There's always room for doubt if you don't experience something firsthand.
Honestly, some of the best results I've got is just from going to one spot and staying there for like an hour or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I understand that's boring and it's not, it's not very dynamic, but I've gotten some pretty good results just waiting for it to come to me instead of chasing it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think, and I've done investigations with Karen as well in the past where we've intentionally sat quietly for a while, and then you can feel the veil thin out. Now, regarding the CE5 experiment, it gets tricky because I was not leading the group in strictly what Dr. Stephen Greer would do in a CE5 meditation. We're doing a variation of it. Something that I don't want to say adapted, but it's just our own version of CE5. And we're doing it inside of a haunted school, trying to use CE5 protocols to communicate with spirits and entities that are in the school. So it is not CE5 to the letter. I think it's important to say.
We can keep our senses alert, but I think most importantly, our feelings and our intuition should be what we're focusing on grooving into, so to speak. And I think everybody here has got that on lockdown. Now CE5 it's human-initiated contact with ETs. So we want to focus on contact with peaceful, loving, benevolent entities. We do not and we shall not be engaging or communicating with negative, malevolent, or the dark entities if so when they exist and want to participate in our experiment here today. We have no interest in partaking in that. So we're setting that intention very clearly, very strongly at the beginning. Whatever we're going to be contacting tonight is connected to us and we are connected to it, whether we realized it or not. We would like to open the lines of communication with the energies and the entities that we have described from the outset to either show us in our mind, with our eyes, through our ears, and through our other senses that haven't even yet been defined. We are here connected together as individuals, but as one group, seeking to make peaceful, loving contact.
During the CE5 meditation, there was a shift. It was weird. There was a real emotional wave of energy that overcame Tracey and Jaime. And then very shortly after that, it overcame me as well.
I feel sad. I've got tears.
I'm crying too.
Are you? Tears of...
I don't know. They just started coming.
We're both crying. That's crazy how we're so connected.
That's really wild.
I just felt a major wave of emotion. I don't know if anyone else had that happen just now.
Right when you said that, I felt something touch my right hand. Right as you started talking, like I was about to say, I felt something on my right hand.
I still feel it. It's like, I was thinking to myself about how wonderful it would be to have communication. And then I was almost overwhelmed to where I felt like I could cry.
There was a shift where I went into all white light because I felt like we were disturbing something, and then that passed.
Yeah. Did it sync up at all with the change in music, the change in sounds?
See, as soon as this changed, it was like I got that light, free, like almost like, a little girl running through the fields and just, enjoying the weather.
I keep getting this feeling that the room wants music. The room is wanting rhythm and music.
I might have something we could do for that.
Do you know that?
This is the music room.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
This was the music room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think we shifted something here.
Music always elevates vibration, for
And
sure.
the thing I love about this, that the conversation has gone this direction, is the Fibonacci sequence, which we were just listening to, which is the golden ratio, which is one of the most beautiful mathematical concepts in all of the universe, has kind of cracked this open, and that's really cool.
The language of science is mathematics. The language of music is also mathematics. So if we can use this mathematical language of music to communicate with other aspects of consciousness, which I believe paranormal phenomena are all interconnected in the greater consciousness, we can jump ahead potentially. We can hurdle some of these roadblocks that spoken language may present to us during a paranormal investigation.
Hello, here. Can you say something again? Can you say something again?
Did you hear that?
What is that? Was that a device saying something? Shh. It's quiet for a second. Hello? Hearing something? Legit, that was a woman talking. Like legit.
I'm coming in.
Let's follow the sound down the hallway. What do you think? Yeah, of course.
Let's follow down the hallway. My camera's
Come this way.
You just heard that again?
From down there.
This is funny. We are getting ping-ponged right now.
Yeah.
We're getting ping-ponged, and I love it.
I just heard it from this direction.
The squeak, I wonder if something.
What'd you hear? Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Coming from this way?
Yeah, from this direction.
Hello? We're here to hear you, to see you, to feel you, to experience you. Didn't they put toys in the closet in here?
I am not shocked when we see something in the sky at some point, just totally on accident. I'm just getting a sense of that. I keep being drawn to it.
You don't feel good?
I don't feel good.
Good.
What are you feeling like?
This is the CE5 noise bangs from a couple weeks ago when I was here just checking out this place. This is where we heard the bangs from the ceiling, which was this floor.
Yeah.
Previously. And when we walked in, we saw nothing to indicate there was anything that fell. And we knew we had to do CE5 in this room. I didn't want to do CE5 in this room after what we were doing in your room. That's why I chose the doll room. Maybe tomorrow we have to do CE5 in here. Tim, how do you feel in here as opposed to earlier?
I don't feel good. Personally, I feel uncomfortable. Feeling heaviness in my chest. Almost like we need to get out of here.
Really?
Yeah. Like something doesn't want us in here.
Okay. Well, you don't have to tell me 3 times.
Well, here. But no, wait. Before we leave, hold on.
Yeah.
They might be trying to get a message through, and they're frustrated, they're panicking. because we're not hearing what they're saying. They've talked out loud, we've come here and we still can't hear them. So before we leave, let's just try turning on one device. If it gets too heavy, we'll get right out of here. If you feel, oh, there we go, there's, yeah. Throw that on, and then I think now might be the time to bust out the gateway and see if they can tell us something about the CE5, about the aliens, about the extraterrestrial contact we were attempting. This is also the device that they said aliens on when I was here about 10 days ago. We're outside investigating, and clear as day, through the gateway device, a woman's voice says, aliens. And with the gateway device, there's supposed to be no forward words coming through at all. There should be nothing, but yet clear as day, woman says aliens. Then later that night, I'm investigating up here, and again, aliens. The word aliens comes through about 4 or 5 times total. The word aliens comes through crystal clear, and it all started after Ryan came here talking about the experiment, the CE5 experiment, the alien contact experiment.
And you did dowsing rods in here earlier that told you to leave? Yep. Okay, so yeah, let's see what we get.
We're opening the gateway, and then Ryan, if you think of any questions, we got a train coming?
Yeah.
That's perfect, that's perfect. Ryan, if you think of any questions, just go ahead and ask them out loud.
Let me know when you're go.
All right. Please tell us about the aliens you mentioned, the ET contact, and what you think about the CE5. It was here? What? That was the first thing, as soon as I turned it on. It was here. Please tell us about the aliens you mentioned, the ET contact, and what you think about the CE5. It was here? What? That was the first thing, as soon as I turned it on. It was here. Holy crap.
Did it leave? What's it saying?
I don't know what that's saying. So are you saying that the ones we were trying to make contact with were here? As soon as we turned it on, it was here.
We got that on your camera too.
Yeah. Did she say it's an alien? That's what you heard? It sounded like you said it's an alien.
It's an alien, I heard it.
It's an alien!